This week, Makita launches another tool you'll want but can't have.
PTR tries to choose the best impact of 2021, and Mark finds a mower that automatically cuts perfectly straight stripes.
This is your Power Tool Week in Review. This episode is brought to you by Skill, the tools to do the job, the technology to do it better, and Spider, pro-powered tools. Welcome back, Power Tool fans. I'm Rob.
And I'm Sarah, and we have a ton to share with you this week. And it all starts on the SparkyChannel, where Bill got his hands on the ultra-compact new battery from DeWALT, featuring their Power Stack technology. And he decided to compare this new lithium-ion pouch wonder against its 2 amp-hour cylindrical, less able brother. Now, there have been a ton of tests like this so far, and the results are always the same. This new tech is so far everything that they've promised. It's smaller, more powerful, and charges faster. Now we just need to see if they really hold up for 2,000 recharges, which should only take like 6 years. We'll set a reminder to check back in with Bill in 2027.
Earlier this week, Dave over at ManCaverTools decided to force this Milwaukee pack-out abomination on us, so I was tempted to leave him out this week, but then he went and put our sticker up, so I guess we owe him. But that wasn't the only thing he did in that video. He also put the Flex flagship hammer drill against a $150 Hilti, which didn't seem like a fair fight considering that the Hilti is rated at 708 inch-pounds, while the Flex is rated at 1,200. But the results, while a little predictable, were far closer than we expected. And just in case you ever question Dave's commitment to good power tool reviews, the guy literally pauses for a painful thigh cramp, only to shake it off and keep drilling. I would have called it a day, took a nap, and probably just forgot about the review altogether.
You guys think he's joking.
I'm not.
I can't tell you how many times Rob started a video, got a cramp, and just abandoned his job for days at a time.
Hey, don't lazy shame me.
No such thing, you bum. Moving on, Todd over at ProjectFarm decided to take another look at cordless power ratchets, this time adding 6 more tools to the race, including a $60 Husky and a $480 Snap-on, which I can only assume makes breakfast as well. In his traditional form, Todd reviews the details of each tool, measures each one, tests how much noise they make, and then proceeds to beat the ever-loving crap out of them, all in the name of research. Bless you, Todd. So did the $480 Snap-on beat the Husky? Of course not, but it did have the best payment plan. For the full review, head over to ProjectFarm.
That was a bit savage.
I speak truth to power, Rob.
That you do. Speaking of terrible segues, Mark of MarkThomasBuilder was at GIE a couple weeks ago, and he's been steadily dishing out the videos ever since, but this one caught our eye. That is the Cub Cadet Pro Z900 with a new GPS feature they call SurePath. You know how we all want perfectly straight lines when we mow? Some of us are better than others, right, Les?
Hey, be nice. I love Les. He might be our best neighbor.
Yeah, our best neighbor who mows in squiggly lines is all I'm saying.
Be nice.
Les could benefit from SurePath as it uses GPS to not only map perfectly straight lines between 2 points, but then automatically steers the mower to drive those lines with absolute perfect accuracy. Look at the gorgeous patterns at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Never in my life have I truly felt that grass is greener on the other speedway like I do now. But before you get too excited about cutting perfect check patterns across the entire neighborhood, you just might want to brace yourself for that $25,000 bill.
Worth it.
Yep.
Heading to that huge island either north or south of Australia, really no way of knowing.
No way to know.
Tools and Stuff is back to his eBay Japan hijinks, this time ordering one of these.
We are, of course, here to talk about this. World's ugliest battery sander.
Oh, come on, Tools and Stuff. All Makita tools look like a Reebok shoe with ADHD. You either love it or you hate it. But either way, it gets the job done. And the sanders are no different. As a matter of fact, the new 1/3 sheet sander is so good, he's nearly convinced this is the best sander Makita's made yet. It appears to work well on all kinds of surfaces and even beats out the popular LXT random orbital sander in his paint sanding test. While I too can appreciate a good sheet sander, his process for making your own custom sheets from a full-size sheet of paper seemed to take forever. But hey, a saved penny is a penny, I guess. For the full review, you'll have to visit Tools and Stuff.
So I know what you guys are thinking, Rob, we've been watching impact videos all year long, but we still don't know which one's best. Well, worry no more, my Power Tool fans, because Protoolreviews is here to fix everything, but also not. The PTR crews have been reviewing impacts all year long, including the best of the best from Milwaukee, Makita, Flex, Bosch, DeWALT, Hilti, Metabo, and its hotter sister, Metabo HPT, also rigid and cobalt for some reason. And after all those months of careful testing, measuring, drilling, and screwing, they finally have a winner. Just kidding, no they don't. And they even admit that their choices are likely going to cause you to unleash hell upon them with the written word. And I would like to encourage each and every one of you watching this video to head over there right when we're done and remind them what this industry thinks about ties for first place. To see if your favorite brand won, it didn't, head over to Protoolreviews.
You know it's perfectly reasonable for there to be a tie, right?
I agree, but again, what does our industry think of ties for first place?
I want to call them fans. Moving on, have you ever wondered if switching between a 3/8 inch anvil and a 1/2 inch on tools with the same stats would end up with different results? I didn't, but leave it to TorqueTestChannel of TorqueTestChannel, the YouTube channel about torque testing, to teach us all something new. To determine if an anvil can change torque numbers, the team actually swapped the anvil on their #1 ranked mini impact and settled this bet once and for all. And of course, as every time the Torque Test Channel crew chooses to test torque, the outcome is anything but predictable. To find out just how much torque the Torque Test Channel can test, head over to the Torque Test Channel. I hate you so much.
Our last stop is in merry old England, which, by the way, your Heathrow Airport is absolutely lovely. Sarah and I recently spent several hours there. I enjoyed sitting in a comfy chair while Sarah repeatedly threw up from motion sickness.
I did do that. Great times.
But forget all that, because the boys at Hayes Machinery are back at it again. This time they let Suzanne choose a chainsaw to test, and she reached for the Milwaukee M18 16-inch chainsaw. Why? Because she thinks it's easier and safer. After a long day of cutting firewood, she determines that, yeah, an electric chainsaw is definitely easier to use, but still powerful enough to do the job. But is it safer?
But is it safer? It's no safer than a petrol one. It is still a chainsaw. It can still cut limbs off if it needs to.
James, why does your chainsaw need to cut off human limbs? How often do you guys deal with zombies over there? Was Shaun of the Dead a documentary?
A lot of good things to think about.
Not really. Thanks to Skill and our newest sponsor, Spider, for supporting us this week. Guys, we couldn't do it without you.
If you liked this episode, give it a thumbs up, and if you loved it, we hope that you subscribe.
Now, do something kind for someone else this weekend, and we'll see you next week.